circumstances, emotions, successes, or failures, is the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. He is with us, and He is for us, always. From the first page to the last, Joby walks you through the story of God's amazing plan to redeem a bunch of rebels like us and bring us to Himself. Not only that, but by the time you reach the last chapter, you'll know, maybe for the first time, maybe as a much-needed reminder, the unimaginable remedy to our brokenness, that God paid for our sin debt with the life of His Son. I'm so grateful the story doesn't end at the cross, and that we don't follow or strive to be like a dead prophet or moral teacher, because 3 days later, God raised His Son Jesus to life, and today we worship the living Savior who takes away sin of the world. The tomb is empty. That is evidence that Jesus is who He says He is, that His word is true, and that what might be impossible in your own ability is possible with and through Him. If the tomb is empty is a beautiful reminder of the empty tomb, gospel-centered, Jesus-resurrected reality that for God so loved even me that He sent His only Son on a rescue mission to save me from my sin and you from yours. Whether you have already given your life to Christ and have been walking with Him for a long time, or you don't even know what trusting Him as your Savior means, this message is for you.
Prologue. So there I was. That's how I start every good story. Standing on the Mount of Olives, the Garden of Gethsemane below me, my favorite place on the planet to pray. The tips of the ancient olive trees rising up above the walls. Directly in front of me stands the golden or beautiful gate, sealed shut since the Crusaders lost the city 1,000 years ago. Some silly religious folks think that the stone and mortar will keep Christ the King from entering the city upon His return. To my right, the Lion's Gate. Some think Stephen was dragged through the gate and stoned in the valley below me. To my left spreads the city of David, an archaeological playground these days. In my mind, I imagine the rooftop upon which David spied Bathsheba. It's easy to see as you walk around how power in this perspective could get a man in some serious trouble. Below the garden, the brook Kidron snakes through the valley that, since the days of Josiah, has been the most famous burial site around. Tens upon tens of thousands of graves spread left to right, as far as the eye can see, buried here beneath the towering shadow of Hezekiah's eastern wall, and there, beyond the wall, sitting on the hill, rise the Temple Mount and the old city of Jerusalem. This is the mountain of God, the place where His name is written forever. Even the aerial view of these three valleys out of which the mountain rises looks like the 22nd letter of the Hebrew alphabet, Shin, that spells His name. This is the place where Abraham broke bread with Melchizedek after the battle with the 4 kings and raised his hand in covenant with God Most High. And later in his life, this is the place where he bound his son Isaac, the son of his love, placed him on an altar and raised a knife to kill him. This is where David danced as he brought the ark into Jerusalem, telling Michael, I will become even more undignified than this, singing what we call Psalm 24. Lift up your heads, O gates, and lift them up, O ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. This is the place where the plague stopped at the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, where Nathan told David, you are the man, and David paid the penalty for his sin. This is where both good and bad kings ruled, and Solomon built a temple unequaled in all human history, where Hezekiah and Nehemiah rebuilt the walls. Josiah tore down the high places, and the conquering Babylonians led a nation into captivity, leaving this city in ruins. And this is the place where Jesus showed up as a 12-year-old boy and taught in the temple, saying, did you not know that I must be in my Father's house? This is where He walked, taught, healed, laughed, loved, drove out the tax gatherers, broke bread, and taught us.